Welcome back to the Elite Zone, your home for Elite Collection action figure reviews. We have been on quite the WCW kick here in the Elite Zone. Previously reviewed the Ultimate Edition NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan figure. And now today we are turning our attention to the Elite Collection 2-pack featuring Bret the Hitman Hart and Goldberg. Before we tear into this 2-pack, let's take a look at the tail of the tape on the back of the package. From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Bret Hart, 6 foot tall, 235 pounds, the master of the sharpshooter, facing off against Goldberg from Atlanta, GA, 285 pounds and standing in at 6'4", he is the master of the jackhammer. These two men faced off in a feud over the United States Championship back in 1999 in WCW. And here we see all of that WCW goodness. We have a soft goods WCW Monday Nitro shirt, Bret Hart's chest plate, additional hands, sunglasses, and an additional head for Goldberg. But the main dish here is the WCW United States Championship. This is the first time it appears in the Mattel line, and I could not be any more excited to have this. And now we see Bret Hart and Goldberg on the 360 display. There we get a beautiful shot at the United States Championship. Goldberg in his standard black trunks, black boots, black MMA gloves. They like these so much they gave us 2 pairs. Not very much of a difference in between these two, but we have them. We have an additional head. I'm not a fan of either scan. I do prefer the yelling scan for Goldberg. The Bret Hart attire is nice. You can see Hitman down the side of the tights, the standard boots with the star. And of course, he has his very slick hair. I don't know if this rumor is true, but I heard that once Bret Hart signed with WCW, he no longer needed baby oil in his hair. He actually used the abundance of tears that he had left over from the Montreal screw job that he would lubricate his hair with. Let me know in the comments below if that's true or not. And here we see Goldberg with the United States title that he held 2 times. At the time that Goldberg and Bret Hart were feuding for the United States title, it was a bit anticlimactic because both of them were cemented as main eventers. Now, there you see Bret Hart with the steel plate that he wore under his hockey jersey on that episode of WCW Nitro. Would have been nice if they gave us the hockey jersey, but I am still happy to have this WCW Nitro t-shirt. Let's go ahead and see it on top of Bret. And here we see a side-by-side look at Goldberg and Bret Hart, and you can see that they scale nicely. Goldberg is supposed to be 6'4", so he is appropriately taller than Bret Hart. Bret Hart is rocking that WCW Monday Nitro t-shirt, and it fits very nicely, especially with that plate on top of it. You can see it gives it kind of the pot-belly look, but that's because Bret Hart is wearing that steel plate underneath the Nitro t-shirt. And of course, we have the straight face on Goldberg. I prefer the screaming scan, however, neither one of them are all that great. Now, if you've collected Elites for the past 10 years, you know the articulation on these. Head goes up just a bit, doesn't go down much. Twist side to side, he has a decent amount of ab crunch. And goes back quite a bit. Waist rotation. Leg kicks up this much. Can do a decent split. Has a double knee. Calf rotation. Thigh rotation. A generic ankle rocker. Does go up, back a little bit. Doesn't really go forward at all. He has a wrist rotation and hinge. Arm goes up that much, twists around, single elbow, can go out this much. So, pretty standard articulation. And if you watch my Hulk Hogan review for the Ultimate line, you can see that the articulation really isn't all that different. on an Ultimate as opposed to an Elite. The only difference is the double elbow and the butterfly. I know what you guys are wondering. Can Goldberg do the Sweet Chin music? Oh no! Now let's take a look at the main event. This was the reason I picked up this 2-pack. It is the United States Championship. Not just any United States Championship, the WCW United States Championship. Held by many of my favorite performers in wrestling history. And we'll take a look at some of them in just a moment. But there we see the beautiful United States Championship. Now, this title is a little too big, but it is a welcome addition to the collection. Prior to having this belt, I was using this one that was made by a friend of mine named Matty Moe. You can see here, this is the classic. Well, this is the United States Championship of the NWA prior to this version of the United States title, which made its debut in the mid-90s, I want to say, in WCW. Early to mid-90s. Here is one of the greats to have held the United States Championship, the late great Eddie Guerrero. A man that really put himself on the map as the United States Champion in WCW, none other than Diamond Dallas Page. Here is a former United States Champion that is famous for doing this and doing that, and also being as big as a bull and great as a cat. The man is called Sting. And here is a competitor who famously clashed with Sting over that United States Championship, Ravishing Rick Rude. When I think of early 1990s, I think about Big Van Vader and Vader time. Vader was also a United States heavyweight champion. By the time he did get that championship, he was, of course, miscast, just like Goldberg and Bret Hart were. However, he did hold that title. Here is a man that is both the master and ruler of the world and former WCW United States Champion. He's actually the man that Goldberg defeated to become the United States Champion for, I believe, the second occasion. Here is an unlikely United States Champion, not because he didn't have the accolades to be the United States Champion, but because he was pretty much garbage in WCW. Aside from the time where he was using those taped up fists. Here is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Here we have the man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko, aka Mr. Roboto. By the time Curt Hennig came to WCW, he wasn't as good as he once was, but he was good enough to win the United States Championship. And that's pretty damn cool. Here we see Goldberg taking Bret Hart out with that spear. And up for the jackhammer. And we all know what goes up must come down. Tony Schiavone agrees. This is the greatest night in the history of our great sport. Goldberg has won the United States Championship. And who's next? Oh my God, it's Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed this 2-pack. I highly recommend it. Let me know in the comments below. Are you picking it up? What WCW title do you want to see Mattel make next? Who's your favorite WCW United States Champion? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to all of Elite Legends' next videos. Check out my WWE playlist. And until next time, make mine elite!